That's the good part. Too late. Sorry, recording. It don't matter. It's always sensitive.
I gotta chill.
Right. All right. So we thought we were going to start a YouTube channel, just to give you guys a little insight of what we do.
We sit around and talk for an hour before we start the day.
Sometimes longer.
Yeah.
If not longer.
Reminisce about the good old days.
Right. Normally, I mean, catching up on the days that I'm not here.
Part-time.
Yeah, mostly. Obviously, EC1 Racecars. Mike,
Poppy. Ernie.
aka Ernie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how long have you been doing this?
41 years.
41 years.
41 years.
And you were how old when you started your first car?
16. 16 years old. I developed this passion to want to build shit. Make it cool. Or ugly.
And it's worked. It's worked. I mean, there's a lot of cars.
You started working for me, I think, when you were 18.
Yeah. I think, yeah, a little after 18. I think I was 19, maybe. God. 20 years? Almost 20 years?
Yeah.
Almost 20 years. A little bit off and on.
Like my kid.
Like, yeah.
Like my
A lot of cars. A lot of,
kid. Try to push them in and out.
right.
I mean,
Right.
sometimes I can drive them out.
People ask us all the time, what can you guys do? It's a chassis shop. There isn't anything really that we don't do.
Monster
Honestly.
trucks.
Yeah, monster trucks. We don't have a tall shop. Ceilings are only
10 foot.
10 foot right here, yeah. Oh, they're 10 foot back there. But either way, we're not getting big monster trucks in here or big vehicles. But anything else? Yeah. Chassis, roll cages,
Hot rods.
street cars,
Shit, I've even done
motorcycles,
motorcycle stuff.
Exhaust.
Fixed stuff on fire trucks.
boats. Yeah, you built a couple fire trucks for the local fire department.
That's quite a bit.
Pretty much anything. We grew up poor. I did.
I'm still poor.
I'm still poor. But when you're poor, you got to figure out how to do this stuff yourself.
My wife calls it learn how to troubleshoot. Problem solver.
Yeah. I'm just poor. I just got to figure it out.
Yep. Well, we're gonna figure it out here on YouTube in front of everybody.
I mean, if we don't, we're going to pretend like we did.
Yeah. Yeah. We still gotta get paid some.
I mean, we're going to try if it works or not. But, yeah, so just a little background. If there's anything you guys want to specifically know or ask or want to see, let us know.
We got a comment section?
Yes.
Comment.
Leave a comment, like, subscribe, let us know what you want to see. Obviously, it's wintertime here. We're in Michigan. There's snow on the ground. It's February. It's cold. Ernie just got back from vacation. I just got back from vacation. He's Mexican, so he's normally tan. I'm not Mexican, so I'm not normally tan. But come summertime, excuse me, come summertime, gonna be at the drag strip more. More content from the drag strip. I have a street car. I have another car that I really want to finish soon, eventually, hopefully. Might be called a shop car. We'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
Might be called a shop car. If I can get the other car finished, We'll have Poppy drive the street car.
We put training wheels on it? I don't remember if I know how to drive.
Nah, it's an old school car. You should be able to drive it. Yeah. So basically, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try.
Start up. Try to keep it funny. A little bit of content with it here.
I mean, we are.
Comedians part-time.
We're
Mike
not.
is.
We're not.
Let me hear your Mickey Mouse.
We're not. We're not that serious.
Let me hear that Mickey Mouse one.
Dude, it's like you can't just you can't just rattle it off. You just, when you start laughing, it's like you can't just rattle it off. You gotta get into that. You gotta get into the character. It's like it just sometimes it just happens. You're just like, oh boy, it just gets so exciting working out here. But
that's my buddy Mickey.
oh yeah. So like I said, there's some stuff we got out here now. Some stuff we do a lot of grudge guys, no time guys. That's a pretty big clientele for us.
Yeah.
Honestly, it really is. So there's some things on some cars that we won't necessarily be able to show you, and it's not Ernie or I, it's the owner that doesn't want it shown, which obviously a lot of you grudge guys, no time guys, you obviously know. But the stuff that we can show you, we will. There is 4 cars in here right now, and 3 of them are G-bodies. I mean, some say that we are the G-body kings around here.
I would say. We get our fair share.
Right. If it's not a G-body, it's a Fox body or a Camaro.
Oh, you got a little Crosley.
Right.
Everybody knows what that is.
Right. So this is one of the street cars that guy brought us. It's a what is this?
Crosley.
What year?
I'm not sure on the year.
The guy brought this. He brought this car to us, and it was literally. It had the fuller in it, frame. I mean, literally, it was how it came, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
80-inch wheelbase.
80-inch wheelbase.
Yeah, that's what it came with. We got it at 92 inches right now.
Right. So, basically, with this guy, this is not a race car. This is, believe it or not, this is what he wants for one of his street cars. It's got just a crate motor, Ford motor in it.
Yep, little blueprint 302.
Right. Gonna be a 4-speed. So basically, when he brought it to us, he said, "I don't want to go crazy on money, right?"
Yep.
He's like, "I want." He's got street cars. He's got hot rods now, right?
Yep, Mustangs.
Yeah, Mustangs.
Yep.
Ford guy. We don't discriminate around here.
Not all the time.
Not all the time, but we got, we'll work with you if you got a Ford, believe it or not. And believe it or not, it does have Ford power too. It's not Chevy powered. But he said, "Hey, I don't want to go crazy. I got this amount of money, whatever. Can we make a street car out of it?"
Yeah.
We don't tell him no.
Yeah. Put an 8.8 Ford rear end in it. It's got a strut front end that's going on it.
Right.
You don't have much room up in the front of the car. And then little, coilover package in the rear. Other than that, it's not a whole lot, but it is made around to try to save some space for this guy. So it's only 48 inches wide inside the body. So
You guys can't the video really just doesn't do it any justice. 48 inches, most people don't realize, like, your golf carts and stuff are barely wider than this. So
370 horse engine and put it in a little tiny car like this, it should be a handful.
right.
Fun to drive anyways.
So as you guys can see, like, if you stand back, right, and look at it from right here, obviously there's no doors or anything on it. You can see the one bar right here, the main hoop, and by the time the doors and everything are on it, you're not going to see any of the cage. But when you look inside, that's how we like to do it. Just tuck it and hide it. I mean, I know ever since I started with you, you know what I mean? For you guys that don't know, Ernie built my brother's car, 79 Malibu, back, God, when we were in he was in high school, yeah. I don't know if I might have been in high school at that time. I don't know. I might have been in middle school, but that's when we first met. And the cage at that time, that was back in 2000, probably 2000, maybe even, probably 2000, somewhere around there. Yeah. And the cage at that time, we were blown away. Like, we'd never seen anything. It was phenomenal. Like, just the way everything was hidden in the car and everything is what kind of, like, I grew up around cars. My dad obviously was a car guy. That's what got us hooked into it. My brother was a big car guy.
My dad got me into it.
Right.
With all the car stuff.
And that's what got me, that's what obviously got us hooked into it. But growing up, my dad obviously built the rear ends and stuff. My brother and I were decently mechanically inclined. I wouldn't say super smart, but I was always intrigued by this. My brother was a steel fabricator also. And we just loved working with steel. And this, like, seeing your work, is what really, seeing something go from a straight bar, literally a straight bar, to bending it and making stuff that most people can't do, you know what I mean, is what I love, and I know that's what you love, obviously, but the taking pride in it, you know what I mean, and saying, like, this right here, you know what I mean, like,
that's the key. You gotta have pride, take pride in your work.
Right, absolutely.
It calls for a lot of integrity to make sure that this stuff is nice and right and keep everybody safe. Right,
and that's the biggest thing right there.
Some of these other shops and stuff, do excellent work, and stuff happens and things don't always come out the way you want them to.
Yeah. And anything can happen. I don't care how safe the car is, how good of a chassis builder you are, or a race car builder, engine builder. It doesn't matter what you are, how good you are, anything can happen. And honestly, safety's always been number one. Even to this day, literally, almost everything we do, Ernie will ask me, I will ask him. It doesn't matter. Like, there's times when he'll be like, hey, you think this is strong enough? Or I'll say the same thing. You think this is strong enough? And if we don't, we add more bars, or we add more gussets, or whatever. But safety is always our number one. But getting back to point, taking pride. This is what we love to do right here, is make it hidden, but keep it beautiful at the same time, I guess, if you would say that, you know what I mean? Most people are going to look at this and
not know that there's a cage in it, but then once you get to, you know, actually look in there. And obviously, guys, this isn't even, you know, done. But just to give you a little insight, we're gonna obviously
A little fill-in project.
right. He's gonna what's he doing for? What are we doing for seats in here? Just a couple.
We're not sure yet. It might come down to possibly having to maybe put a bench seat in,
Right.
but
We're not sure because of the
width.
yeah, the width. I mean,
The
like
problem is there's only so many 42 inches, I think, between the cage.
right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, take a tape measure. You know what I mean, guys? Take a tape measure and measure 42 inches and see like the width on what 42 inches actually is. Nobody realizes how small 42 inches. And then, not to mention, like we said, this. How big is this sheet right here? 6 foot.
It's 1/4 inch, 60/61.
Right, but that's 6 foot, right?
It's an 8 foot.
8 foot.
4 by 8 foot.
Right. So that's 8 foot, right? And that's what we're using. That is on a couple beams, right? And that's what we use for a part of our flat surface. But that's 8 foot. So that's the wheelbase, guys. Look at that. It's gonna be a toy, man. It's gonna be. He's gonna have killer fun with it. But basically, he's getting some bench seats. We don't know as far as the seats yet. We're gonna do some pedals for him. Obviously, finish the interior. Put a steering column in it, and yeah. Right now, we have Ernie's finishing up some angles right now and calculating all that stuff on the rear suspension. Like he said, it's a stock 8.8. It's not getting a 9-inch, guys. It's not anything, like we said from the start, the guy wanted just a street car. It's literally just something that he can have fun with.
No budget bill.
Right. That's one of them. The other one in the shop right now, Regal.
Yeah,
What is it, 87?
I believe so.
Yeah, 87, another G body. This car is going to get, what's it going to get?
Full tube chassis.
Full tube chassis.
25.2. All steel, all glass. Big block Chevrolet nitrous car.
Grudge car,
Grudge car.
no time.
As with the rest of the other two cars back here, well, it's
Right.
both G bodies.
Right.
Grudge cars, no time stuff.
All right, so this one basically, obviously, we just cut the, a lot of the interior stuff's cut out of it right now. Nothing's really, we haven't really got to.
Not got into the really good stuff yet.
No,
Just basically
no.
prepping the car,
Yep.
getting it ready, keeping it rollable so we can get it on the table as soon as we get Alan's car off.
Right.
So once we get Alan's car off the table, then we can put this car back on and continue cutting the rest of the frame out of the car and build the chassis for it.
Right. Guys, as you can tell, if you don't have a dirty shop, you ain't working. I don't give a shit. You can look at it. We try to keep it clean. Ernie keeps it cleaner than I do, I'm going to be honest with you. We try to clean up when we get done and stuff, but dude, if you're looking for an immaculate shop.
If you're looking for a place to lay down, there isn't.
Right. We lay down, we get dirty. But if you're looking for an immaculate shop that you can eat off of, it ain't here because we work. If somebody tells you that they have an immaculate shop and they keep their shop clean, they're not doing the work that we're doing. I don't care what they tell you. Or they're paying, huh?
Maybe their cars aren't as rusty.
Even if their cars aren't as rusty, man, you're throwing sparks, grinding, welding, cutting. It don't matter. Unless we don't have any hot maids to come out here and clean for us. So, yeah. But, as you can tell, this is another G-body for another grudge car, another customer. This is one of the situations, guys. Can't show you the motor. This one right here is gonna be a game changer. for a lot of people.
They're like 78 Monte Carlo.
The what?
78 Monte Carlo.
Yeah. Yep.
I think my grandma used to have one.
Really? 78?
I know Rod did.
Rod?
Rod had a Monte Carlo.
Okay. Yeah.
So.
This came in as a roller also, just like that one, just like this one. Came in, had a frame underneath it, full car. I mean, there was no motor, no transmission, nothing like that. But Ernie, God, how long did it take you to cut the? Took you about what, a day to cut the whole interior?
Yeah, it takes about a day to get everything gutted out of them, and I think there's a little over 2 weeks in the building. What part of the chassis we have in there so far?
Right.
So once you get hot and heavy after the prepping work, you get at the chassis itself, things seem to go a lot faster.
Right.
But now we're at the point where this car here needs to be finished. We have already a couple races for this car lined up this year.
Yeah. So basically, we don't have much. I mean, we don't get much. We don't ever really get much time, anyways. But we try to make everyone happy.
Right.
We try to make everyone happy. Some people require a faster timeline, I guess you would say. Deadline.
Yeah.
Deadline.
Yeah. You get those customers that need their handheld the whole time too.
Right. You're right.
But then again, I mean, that's what keeps us in business, because we're willing
Right.
to do that.
You're right. But guys, keep in mind also, as with any shop, okay, I don't care who it is anymore. The guys that require, if you want that special, hey, I need in right now, I need this done, or whatever, and if we got time or space, you're gonna pay more.
Yeah.
That's how it is. It's that simple. It's flat out. There's no getting around it, and there's no hiding it. You want to be in for, but to a certain extent, you also got to put a cut on that, because then it takes away from these guys or anybody else that their car's in here.
Yeah.
But as you guys can see, like a lot of the chassis from the firewall back, is done for the most part.
For the most.
Right.
Double frame rail in this car.
Right.
It needs to be done. But we've been waiting on the engine.
Right.
To get to this location, to get to this this part of the build.
Right.
To make sure that we're not redoing things down the road.
And we just got the engine a couple weeks right before we went on vacation.
Yeah.
So basically, we're gonna be hitting this one hot and heavy again.
Within a week or so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a game changer, guys, for sure. This one, I mean, this. So basically, to give you a little insight, right, on this, all of these bars in this car, they come coated. Oh, we don't have it right now, but they have a coating on them, guys. So every single one of these bars in this car, this car's not Doco, okay? This is all chrome moly 4130. So basically, this right here, right?
Giving away our secrets.
Yeah, I'm giving away the secrets. But that little thing right there, this car, Ernie polished every single one of them bars by hand, right? To give you, right,
Yeah.
just to give a little insight. He polished every single one of them bars by hand, tacks, welds, make sure everything in, as you guys can see, to get back to it real quick. This is a surface plate table, okay? Precision ground, machined, 100% square. There's no getting around it. That's 1 inch thick.
1 inch thick, 7 foot wide, 15 foot long, 7,000 pounds apiece.
7,000 pounds. There's that one, and then this one right here. There's two of them in here. This is how everything stays square, and precision for the most part. This is how we keep everything the way it should be, the way it should be built. But to get back to it, all the bars, everything, was polished. There's time that people don't even realize into these chassis, the time polishing them, cleaning them, tacking them together, welding them and everything. And then
Sounds like we got company.
I know, right? So guys, just give a little insight. 2 weeks after after all the bars were polished, you know what I mean? It took 2 weeks, not even quite really, to get to this point right here. That includes the polishing, the welding, fabrication, everything. Not even, and that's still, within that 2 weeks, was still working with other cars, or working on other cars and everything at the same time. So that's not, and you did, honestly, you did a lot of this. There was a couple days where we jammed it out together.
Yeah, Jerry put his share of bar
Right,
in there too.
right. But there was a lot of this that, honestly, you did by yourself. But like, what people don't realize is did I have a day, or was it a little? I think it was a day on this car.
Yeah, close to a day.
A full solid day of literally welding, just solid welding everything together. And obviously, once we get to the point to where we feel everything's good, we take the bodies off of the car as far as we can. Obviously, if there's no floor in the car, like there's not in this one, we take the body completely off.
Take it out.
We take the body right off the chassis. We weld everything. Everything gets welded.
Fully welded.
Fully welded.
Fully welded.
Alan, fully welded. We want to, like I said, guys, we want to make sure everything, safety. We make sure everything's fully welded. That's why the body comes off. Sometimes we call Rod, Shane, Ernie's brothers, family. We call friends. We do have a hoist in here if we can get to it. Yep, chain fall to pick up the bodies. But if there's no floor in the car, we take the body right off. If there is a floor in the car, we lift it up as high as we possibly can, and we still crawl in there. As with any shop, we got our specialty tools that we buy to get into the spots we can. But long story short, another car right here. Last car in the shop. This one this is a good friend of ours. We took this car in not too long ago.
October.
Yeah. Was it October?
I believe so.
Okay. Jerry, you had fun cutting on this one, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Found a lot of things.
Right. Another grudge car, guys. No time, all steel, all glass also. Malibu. Gotta love Malibu. Everybody loves a Malibu.
Hell, I'm going to Malibu in the summer.
There you go. This car, it makes some good power, but the problem with this car was there were some issues with the car. Kind of the chassis just was flexing. I don't know if you would say flexing, but it wasn't consistent. Right. We found some issues. We corrected them.
Yeah. Cut off the whole back of the car.
Right.
We did it all.
From the main hoop back, everything was cut out. Also, you can see where the floor was. This is factory floor from obviously right here forward. It was factory floor in the car, but as you can tell, guys, like we cut from the main hoop right here all the way back. Everything was cut out. It was stock suspension. Was stock suspension when it came to us.
Now we got 4-link suspension, wishbone.
Right.
Nice
He said let's step it up, right? Make sure everything's good. No reason to keep it stock suspension anymore because all steel, all glass don't have to have stock suspension, nothing like that. So he said let's put some 4-link in it and let's make it
lighten it up quite a bit.
right. Let's make it light and takes. He had a big problem with weight percentage.
Yeah.
You know, the bias on the car as far as front to rear. So moved a lot of stuff around for him. Not naming any names, but we found some stuff that we had to fix to make the car right. We're not here to bash anyone, guys. That's not our job. Our job is to make it right for the customer, make it right, make the car work for them, and help them out.
Definitely.
There's a lot of stuff on this one that we changed. Like I said, we're not. It's not our business to get into it, but it is what it is. You know, we're here. Like I said, we're here to try and help them out, make things better for them. This one's getting close. This one's getting really close. I think it's going to work out really good for him. He's going to be happy. Basically, there's nothing in the back anymore.
No.
He used to have radiator in the back. Fuel cell in the back, battery in the back, puke tank, everything. We took it all out, guys. Everything. She's getting all carbon. Fuel cells in the front, radiators front, everything's in the front now. We try to put his, with a radial car, radial tires. We have a certain number that we like to put on the front end. It helps keep the front end down. Radial tire car, most people, if you don't know, they drive off the tire. They plant the tire in the ground. It's not like a slick car. There's no wheelie bars. You should never ever need wheelie bars on a radial tire car. If you do, you got something wrong. They're totally different, right? I mean, totally different. Everything's different from radial tire car to slick tire car, from your shocks to suspension setup to suspension to everything. Everything's totally different. So, and I'm not saying this car was ever built for slicks, but the percentage on the car just was not right at all. It would have worked great probably for slicks, you know, but we don't have very many tracks. I don't know of any tracks anymore really around us that do slicks really. I mean,
You have your no prep track.
right, you got your no prep tracks, and Jerry, you're a slick guy, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right? You do, but I mean, you do bracket racing, right? So, what's that?
Stock eliminator.
Stock eliminator. Jerry's a Mopar guy.
Completely different than what we're doing here.
Yeah. So, basically, that's how that goes. Alan's car's getting there, man. It's getting really close. I think he's going to be happy with it. Well, he is happy with it, but I mean, I think he's going to be pleased, you know, when it's all said and done and he really sees the changes and, you know, the outcome of it, and it should work out.
Yeah,
But
you should make some 5-0 passes by now.
right.
We'll get him where he-
Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully. If not, we'll get him there.
Yeah. I mean, you know, he's got that big rivalry going on with Jeff.
Right. Well, I mean, Jeff did offer us some good money to come and weld on Alan's car.
Yeah.
It was tempting. It was really tempting, but yeah. So basically, that's the quick overview of the shop, what we do. That's not all we do, though.
No. We do some babysitting.
We do babysitting,
Yeah, I babysit.
but for
professors, we teach people different things.
absolutely, guys. This isn't all we do, though. Wiring, we'll do wiring. We do plumbing for on cars, guys, not houses, cars. But again, that's not all we do. Chassis setups. We'll do chassis setups. If you're willing to pay, we will tune at the track. right?
Yeah.
I do a lot of tuning, ECU tuning. I really, God, I really hate to say the H word, but I'm not a big Holly guy. I do a lot of fuel tech tuning, but we do ECU tuning, stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, hopefully this summer we get you guys some more content at the track also, not just in the shop, and show you a little bit of what we do at the shop or at the track also. So yeah, like I said, give us a like, subscribe,
Yeah.
and comment. Tell us what you guys want to see. Till then, say bye, Jerry.
Bye.
You gotta
See guys later.
get to work.
Oh yeah.
We all do.